film that we included in our film opening include the company logo. Other conventions include the title sequence. This was, again, this is another convention of a film that we wanted to put to make us seem more professional. And this can be seen at the beginning of the film or at the end, with other conventions that we try to include, including the establishing shots. We have to establish the character and the setting. To establish the setting, we start off with scenes of everyday life, to an establishing shot of the character. Now, so with Mystery, to make this properly, we use the voiceovers, or mainly using to explain most of what's happening. The voiceover is meant to act as a deduction. It's in the style of a deduction, as he's deducing everything, looking over the facts of what happened and what is happening at the moment. So this is him adding to the mystery genre of him.
So we really wanted to focus the story around students in general. So this will cover like aspects of their life. So university student, he's between the ages of about 18 to 21, and our main protagonist. With our protagonist, we used a lot of close-ups. The character looks young and yet not that young. This is the point we try to put across through such as mise en scène, particularly with his clothing. We wanted it to have a serious look with like black trousers, smart hoodie, and so forth. Aside from mise en scène, we used camera tricks to do this by using a lot of close-up shots of him looking frustrated, of him looking happy, and being serious, and so forth. Low-angle shots. This was used to convey his ability of a darker side, to show that yes, he is good-natured, but it doesn't mean that he won't be bad-natured too.
Realistically, we are a small company, and to start out, we would be targeting the film festivals. An example of this is The King's Speech. This was a film which started off in film festivals and then, because of its favourable reviews, shot up into mainstream media. Another option for us to explore would be to try and get help from one of the big conglomerates. An example of where this worked was the Best Exotic Marigold Hotel, picked up to be distributed by the Fox Searchlight, who is part of Fox. Now, Fox are a very big conglomerate who own they have their foothold in many types of media. So the internet, their website, or any websites for any of the other films, their films, they could, trailer will be shown at the beginning of their films.
We started our pre-production for this film opening. We had the idea of a target demographic between the ages of 16 to 25, as that age group in particular seems to be populated with students that would be able to relate to our main character. As we got onto our production, we realised that we can expand our target demographic to a slightly older, more mature demographic, because as our story got more plot driven, it would expand to be more interesting to older audiences. The good thing about our target demographic of 16 to 25 is that that demographic is often targeted by other films in the same industry of and the same genres of horror and /thriller. And as that's the primary target demographic, the demographic itself will be much more lenient to go watch horror /thriller films, and that combined with being able to relate to the main character really.
In a few seconds, you'll start to see the audience's reactions to our film.
The university closes primarily around 5 p.m. But students can access the campus.
Do you think our film opening is representative of the genres?
Yes, I do, because the music in the background creates a really tense atmosphere, while the story creates for a really nice effect in the investigation.
Would you carry on watching the film?
Yeah, I would carry on watching the film. I was really interested by the opening, and I would like to see how the story progresses, if he finds the murderer, if he doesn't find the murderer. They're all the sort of questions I'd like to know.
The university closes primarily around 5 p.m. But students can access the
Do you think that the film opening was representative of the genres?
Definitely, yeah. I think that it definitely represented mystery and obviously crime. Not so much horror. I mean, I guess in the rest of the film that might come clear, but just the death doesn't make it much of a horror.
Would you carry on watching the film?
Definitely. I want to know who killed the brother. And the 20-sided dice, I think, really sort of makes you feel like Sherlock Holmes, because you get to sort of go, oh, 20-sided dice, I can narrow this down to a killer. I find that really interesting, and you get to take that journey with the protagonist. So you are also the detective. You're like his partner in crime. I really like that.
Do you think the film is representative of the film genres?
Yes, I do. It reminded me a lot of other films within that same genre and other series within that same genre. For example, many Agatha Christie TV series, things like that.
And would you carry on watching the film?
Yeah, I would. The first-person outlook on it made it very intriguing. I was very curious to find out more.
Use cameras, how to change the white balance, how to change the shutter speed and the aperture and so forth. But we also learned about other aspects such as microphones. We learned about lighting and how to record shots so they don't look too bad. Video editing software such as Adobe Premiere and Adobe After Effects was really useful. We were able to speed up shots, reverse shots, but also add transitions that really helped us with our film.
Especially with continuity editing, that was easier now, and it was thinking of mise-en-scène. In the first one we thought about some of it, but not much for this. We thought about mise-en-scène properly, looking how the props, what they were wearing and what they were doing, and the colours. Film opening, we thought out very carefully how we wanted to stage the shots. In the preliminary task, we just had the action all take place in the middle. Opening, we thought much more carefully how we wanted the character to be and what we wanted to go on around and construct a scene on, in this case construct a film opening. So looking at the theorists and what they and the research they done and how we can implement it in our film. In our planning, we wanted to reflect what we planned in our film opening. So Bath's Enigma Code